Hello everyone, and this blah, 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 blah. Hey everyone. So on today's episode I'm going to be making a pistachio bread. This recipe is so easy, it makes itself, so hopefully you enjoy. So first what I'm going to do is I'm going to make my topping, and I'm going to actually put some in between the layers. So it's just gonna be goodness. But this right here is the chopped pistachios. I do have a half cup. I also have 1 cup of brown sugar. And then I'm also going to put in a half a teaspoon of cinnamon. So yum. Yum, yum. All right, let's get that out of the way. Then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to mix. And this is just going to be all the goodness. Now, there are so many different recipes out there. You can definitely choose which one you like the best. This is the one I like. So just throwing that out there. There are different ways of making this, but this one is my recipe, and I'm also going to have a glaze at the end to go on top. Oh, that literally tops it. So I always like to make this first, just so it's pretty much out of the way. So once I do make the actual batter, then it's gonna be like easy going, like an easier flow. All right, so with that, I'm just gonna put this aside, but this right here is definitely what the absolute goodness is, okay? So hopefully you do like this. You don't have to do this. I just like to do it because it brings out more of the pistachio bread. It's like pistachio with a bang, so. All right, and then also what I like to do is I like to get my loaf pans. Some people use bundt pans, that's fine, or just a standard cake pan. So your choice. If you do go with the loaves, then it's gonna be 2 of them. Just throwing that out there. And then also, if you want, you can have like the little tiny mini loaves if you wanted to do gifts, bake sales, things like that. I promise it will be a hit. Now, also, the reason why I have not started my oven at 350 is because I am going to be using oh my gosh. Well, I'm going to be using this, and it needs to heat up with, it's my baking stone. That's where I was going with it, sorry. But anywho, that's why I have not started my oven at 350, because I want to put my baking stone in with the oven so it can heat up together. Once it does reach the 350 Fahrenheit, that's when I'm going to throw in my glass loaf pan. So yeah, you just kind of want to be cautious, and you do want them to cook together if you're using 2 different ones. I just only have 1 glass and then 1 stone. So yeah. So some people like to use butter, but what I'm going to do is actually I'm going to use my vegetable oil, and then I'm just going to flour inside. But you can do with what you want, your choice, the chef's choice. Everybody has their own way of cooking, so don't think that it's wrong because somebody else is doing it a different way than you. Cooking is fun, and sometimes you're set in your ways like I am. Last one is grease. Now you can also use, oh my God, I just dropped this in my powdered sugar. But anyways, just went everywhere, fluffy. But yeah, but you can also use a spray to spray your pan as well. But I cannot believe I just did that. Dropped it inside all the powdered sugar, which I will show you for the glaze later. But yeah, it just went everywhere. So I'm gonna have to clean that up on a little commercial break. Now you do not need a lot of flour if you do want to go this route. I'll probably get criticism for doing this, but like I said, cooking's supposed to be fun. So apparently I'm dropping stuff today, so I just want to be very careful. Okay. That should be good. Let's just dump it in that one. Okay, and then I'll just spread this out just a smidge. And then same here. Now this right here is where the fun begins, the batter. So you're just gonna wanna take, you can either do white or you can do the yellow cake. Either one is still good. So, and then this right here is the Jell-O pistachio instant pudding. So I'm just gonna throw that in here as well. Now, if you do want more of a green batter, you can use some coloring, food coloring, and just put about 5 to 7 little dashes in there, little drops, just to make it more lively. But I'm not going to do that today. But I do like to mix the dry ingredients first, just to make sure that it's all mixed well. But that's what I do. And then I put a well in the center. And then from there, you're gonna wanna have a water. Ooh, did you see that green just come to life? Then you're also gonna wanna do vegetable oil. This is why I had no problem using my vegetable oil for the base coating. Okay, then I do have 1 cup of sour cream. And then I do have 4 eggies. I'm just gonna put 2 in just for a sec. And then I'm just gonna use my hand mixer and then I will put the other 2 in, okay? All right, now there goes the other 2 eggies. And now I'm just going to mix it until it is well combined. Now this will be a little bit of more of a thicker batter, just to let you know, so don't be alarmed. I cannot forget to put some vanilla extract. And actually what I'm gonna do is I always like to shake just a little bit, just to make sure it is well mixed. But yeah, I will do a half teaspoon. And then I'm just going to mix again, just for a quick sec. Try and get some of that goodness out. All right, so this is where you're gonna wanna do half of the batter, and then you're gonna put this goodness in. Now, if you've noticed, I have been using the fun gifts from the 2 subscribers that still want to be anonymous, but I respect that. But thank you. I do absolutely love them. All right, so then you're just gonna wanna spread out this delicious batter. Try and do it as even as possible. But this right here is where you will want to put some of this goodness in. Use about half. And then the other half is gonna go up on top. I know, what? Half. And then from here, that's when you wanna use the rest of the batter. Try and do it as even as you can, but if not, hey, as long as it tastes good and you're having fun, that's all that matters. But yeah, see that consistency? That's what you would like. And once it does bake, like I said, it's not going to be as green. And then that's where the food coloring would come in if you want it more vibrant. Now this will want to go in the oven for about 40 to 50 minutes or until toothpick clean, or if it springs back. When you go down and it springs back. So everybody has their own method. I always like the toothpick method, but that's just me. Okay. So that is pretty darn good. And then now, I'm just going to wipe off my hands because I did get some of the batter on there. And now you're gonna wanna put more up on top. Oh, see, I'm just spilling it. All right, then you can just move that around. And yes, my hands are washed and cleaned. I always do that anytime I bake or cook. And remember, I'm taking the glass one off the tray, and I'm gonna have my loaf stone heat up with the oven. Once it is heated at 350, then I will throw this one into the oven.
A few moments later.
Okay, you guys, it has been 55 minutes for this round of the pistachio bread. So let me take it out of the oven, and then I will do the toothpick test, okay? Oh my goodness, you guys, look at how delicious this looks. And then I just go down and out, down and out. So yes, it looked like there was some stuff on it, but it was actually just the topping and what I put for that middle layer. So it is completely cooked. So in the meantime, I'm gonna let this cool down for about 5 minutes. So I'm just gonna put it back over here. Anyhoodle, let me tell you what we are gonna be doing next. So there is gonna be a glaze that you're gonna wanna put right on top of it. It's gonna give it that extra pow. Like 4th of July in your mouth when you do eat it. So this is another simple glaze. I'm going to be using heavy cream, but you can use regular milk. So there is still that option, okay? All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put in my 1 cup of, oh my gosh, 1 cup of powdered sugar. The powdered sugar that just went like everywhere earlier. So I did have to remeasure. And then what I'm gonna do is, actually I'm gonna do the special ingredient. It's a little bit of almond extract. So that is gonna give it a little bit more flavor. You're gonna wanna do 1/2 teaspoon. And there we go. And then with the heavy cream, you are going to do about 3 to 4 tablespoons. And I recommend doing a little at a time. So I'll probably put in 2 tablespoons and then mix it and then add as I go. So just to let you know, so there's 1, and then there is a 2. Just get that out of the way. I'm just gonna add a little bit more. Now you can add as much as you want so you can get your consistency. So I'm gonna try the 4, and then I'm gonna see if I need to add any more, which I might, but we shall see. Yes, and you can definitely smell that almond extract. A little does go a long way, but it's definitely a special ingredient that I use, especially in certain glazes. So it's not just powdered sugar that you, which is great, but it just gives it that extra oomph. And so you see how thick it is? What I'm gonna do is I am just gonna add just a smidgen more of the heavy cream, which is another little special ingredient that I use. Sometimes if I don't have it, then I'll just use the regular milk, and it definitely works. And it's still as delicious. All right, so this loaf right here was from the stone, and then this right here loaf was from the glass. So just to kind of give you a little kind of taste on which one is what. And then this is where the fun part comes in, you guys. So you can sprinkle as much or as little as you want. Make it look all pretty and fancy. This one looks a little sad, so I'm gonna put more. And if you want, you can also, kind of just put it like this. I'll just do this one, just so it's pretty much like all glazed topping, or you can have a little bit like this loaf over here. Once again, dealer's choice, or I should say chef's choice. Now, doesn't this look phenomenal, you guys? Oh, yes. So what I'm gonna do is I am going to let it cool just a little bit longer. I should have actually let it cool a little bit longer, but I'm so hungry. Look at me, I love food. So I will see you in about 5 minutes.
A few minutes later.
Okay, you guys, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut right into it of this amazing pistachio bread. Oh, moment of truth, you guys. Ooh, still a little bit warm, so I'm trying to be very careful. But yes, there you go. There's the outside. Doesn't that look fantastic? Oh my gosh. I told you I was hungry, and this is hitting the spot. And just to let you know, you can taste the cinnamon right here, and the pistachios. You can taste a little bit of that almond extract that we put for inside the glaze, and just a hint of vanilla. So all of those combined definitely make a nice spring dessert bread. So hopefully you enjoy, and until next time.